All right, Dominique, we're going to walk Bella into this obstacle. We're starting out with a very easy, simple obstacle. We're going to have Cheryl do it so that I can make little corrections on mistakes that you might also make. So Cheryl's going to use steady pressure. She's putting the stick against her chest. She's very gently asking her to back up, using 4 phases of friendly firmness. That's what Pat Pearlie calls them. Hair, skin, muscle, bone. So if she'll move off the hair, you stop pushing at the hair and release, and reward often. So Cheryl asked for a couple steps, and then right away she gave a reward. Now she's going back to steady pressure, and then she's rewarding again. So now I'm going to have Cheryl back all the way out, and then come around to the front of it, Cheryl, and position yourself to drive her, not lead her, over these front 2 pieces of the T. So go ahead and shake her back out of there. There you go. Drive her. Good, good. Okay, Cheryl can stand up. She doesn't need to squat down. The mistake she's making here is too much pressure on the line. So the line has to be fed out so that the horse can back up without hitting the halter as you back up. Otherwise, you're giving conflicting signals. You ask them to be sensitive in the halter, and then you bump it. So Cheryl, come towards me. And we're going to drive her over these 2. Oh, come towards me. Good. And now drive her over these cross pieces of the T. So she's leading her with her lead line, and she's got her stick in the drive position. And she's asking the horse to go over by herself. She's not leading the horse over, and she's doing a really nice job of rewarding that maneuver. And if you're on grass, I have no problem with rewarding a good try with a little snack. I don't walk around with treats, but if I'm in grass and I want a horse to relax, I don't have any problem with them dropping their head and eating. So we're going to go over to the next obstacle, which is, I don't know what you want to call that, a turnaround. So now Cheryl's going to drive this horse in a circle, the same way we did in the round pen, and ask her to cross over these obstacles. Obviously, the outside is easier. So Cheryl stands right next to the blue centerpiece. She leads with her line. She picks up her stick to be in the drive position, and she asks the horse to just circle around her. The more line she gives her, the easier it is for the horse to cross the poles. And you want to start out with very simple obstacles. Set yourself up to succeed. If you go and put them on a teeter-totter, before you teach them the basics of driving and give them some confidence, you are sure to fail. So she's doing a really nice job here. We're going to ask her to stop and reward her, pet her, let her eat. Remember, they're comfort seekers, so just stopping is really just enough for them. Don't slap them on the neck and tell them, good girl. They're not a dog. They don't want you to raise your energy. They want you to keep your energy calm. The more calm you offer, the more you're going to succeed on things like this that might make them stressed. All right, so she has never done this, Cheryl, so we're going to try this. Bridge. So Cheryl's going to come over to the bridge, and the first thing I have people do with brand new obstacles is to walk around the obstacle like you don't even see it, with you closer to the obstacle than the horse. So here goes Cheryl. She's just cruising around the bridge like, what bridge? I don't see a bridge. Do you see a bridge? Bella doesn't see a bridge. So she's just going to walk around. And when your horse is calm and maybe will graze or maybe you want to sniff it, don't force your horse to look at it. Remember, horses want to know they can get away. So if your horse wants to walk away from the obstacle, let them walk away. And as gradually make your circle smaller. Keep walking, Cheryl, until they're comfortable walking around the obstacle, which clearly she is. So now that you walk around it with Cheryl on the inside, we're going to switch sides and we're going to put Bella on the inside and we're going to put Cheryl on the outside. So Cheryl put Bella next to it. Good. And you can see that Cheryl's switching sides of the horse instead of just switching directions, which is really good. My horses all do everything from both directions. They lead, we mount, we do everything both sides. It's really important to do that on a thoroughbred because they are so one-sided, they don't turn left. So you can see that this horse has a comfort with the obstacle. She wants to look at it. You want to let her look at it. You almost want to entice her to want to look at it. And let them soak on it, meaning stand there next to the bridge and call your friend. And talk to your friend for 5 minutes and forget about your horse and forget about the bridge. And when you do approach the bridge to cross it, you will find yourself much more successful. A lot of people are in a big hurry. They make an issue out of the obstacle. They make it intimidating for the horse. So now Cheryl's going to get this horse lined up in position to walk straight over the bridge, but we don't care if she walks straight over the bridge. We don't care if she falls off the side. What we're going to do is not upset her about the obstacle. So Cheryl's going to get her lined up. Scoot her around there, Cheryl. Get her facing right to it. Come on, Bella. Drive her up. Now, if you're driving a horse to something they're skeptical of, reward every step that's in the right direction. Correct steps that are in the wrong direction, but do not reprimand them, just correct them, and reward that forward motion when it's asked for. So now Cheryl's going to take a little bit shorter control of the line so that she can control her feet, and she's going to drive her and just see if she'll put her front feet on there. You can say step up, you can use the cue, step up, there you go. Now release line. Now no tension on the head. So there's a good mistake for Cheryl. She pulled her right off the bridge. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you have slack in that line, and so that you can pet her and let her stand there. So let's try that again, Cheryl. Now, don't pull her off. Just stand there. Keep her. Don't send. Okay. It's okay. That's good. So next time, just stop and pet her. Don't. If she wants to go forward, that's fine, like she did, and that's fine. But you can stop her and just let her digest it. Let her soak on it. Let her know that that was good. That way you don't scare them, you don't intimidate them. Sometimes if you get them over it too quickly, you'll scare them. So sometimes you're better off, just get a couple feet on, let them get off. Let them know that they can get off, the same way you would load in a trailer. Don't load them in a trailer and close the door. Let them get off that trailer. Let them know that they can get off. So when she did want to get off the side, Cheryl let her, and that's fine. At this point, all you want to do is get calmness. You don't put the purpose before the process. Just make sure the horse is calm. That's the key to obstacles, especially in a thoroughbred, because a thoroughbred will want to run over them, which this mare is not doing. And I don't have any horses here that are going to do that, so I don't have a sample of that. But if you have a thoroughbred and they do want to rush over it, let them go. Let them know they can get off as long as they're safe and not slipping and falling. If you try to stop them, they're going to get confused and think, well, you don't want me to go on now? So sometimes thoroughbreds will rush through things. I mean, 100 miles an hour, some of them. You just got to roll with it. You just got to let them go and just keep doing it and asking for calmness until they're comfortable that they don't need to flight away from it. All right, go ahead, Cheryl. Try it again. So again, she's going to get a little closer on the line so she can guide her better. Good. She's got plenty of stick to reach back. Push her head, Cheryl. Push her head. So there, a little head control would have helped Cheryl. So this is good because Cheryl's making mistakes that you're going to make too. And so what she needs to do, she's got plenty of stick to be behind the girth. That's all she needs to be, is behind the girth, not behind the butt. So she needs to stay closer to the head and guide that head a little better, and she will be more successful. Come on, Bella. So push her head over, Cheryl. Get up in her head. Get up, get up. Guide the head. Good, better. Guide the head. Very nice. Now, what I would do is pet this horse and get away from this obstacle. Walk away. Let her know that she couldn't have done it any better, so much so that you don't even want to look at it anymore. So take her away, walk her completely away, and then come back to it. But let her know in no uncertain terms that she did a good job and she is done with the obstacle. She's making a big, big circle. She's letting her graze. Go ahead and let her have a bite to eat, Cheryl. Let her know, good girl, that was perfect. So here you have a horse that's never done the bridge, that's just completely calm over it because Cheryl is not over pressuring her. When she only wanted to put her front feet on, Cheryl just left her alone and said, okay, front feet works for me. If you want to get off the side, that's fine too. So let's see if she'll do it one more time, Cheryl, now that you've given her a break. Remember, your weak link is kind of getting too far back. So you want to make sure you stay at the same speed she is so you can steer that head. Otherwise, you're going to pull her off the obstacle. And Bella's relaxed. She's blowing. Cheryl's got plenty of stick that she can reach behind the drive line. So the important thing for Cheryl is to keep the horse straight and slow and nice and steady. Okay, good. And go ahead and relax. Now pet her, Cheryl. Pet her, scrub her itchy spots. Make her very happy that she did that right. So I would be very happy with that. Now we're going to move over to a driving obstacle where you don't have to steer them as much. So we're going to go to that black tube, Cheryl, and you're just going to stand on the side of it and you're going to drive her over the same way you did, only you're not going to have to guide her head quite as much. You're just going to keep a looser rein. Now a thoroughbred might want to jump it. That's okay. Let them jump it. They'll stop jumping it after a while. Sometimes 50 or 60. Yeah, she's done this before. So now she's kind of wanting to get close to you. Drive her away. Good. Drive her side. Steer her head. Behind the drive line. Cluck to her. No eating till she goes over. Good. Now pet her. Now we're going to go to the pool noodles and drive her the same way, Cheryl. You stay on the outside. Now again, if she wasn't comfortable with the pool noodles, I might use a pool noodle, to teach her the games, to teach her to move. I'd rub her all over with a pool noodle. I'd ask her to walk over one on the ground before I'd come to an obstacle quite as tricky as this. So break it down. But she knows this, Cheryl. So Cheryl's going to give her plenty of rein. She's got her stick behind the drive line. She's guiding her head. And right through. Good girl, Bella. I'm going to stop it here because it's really long.